Great. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. It's going to be 60 minutes about. This is going to be more of a basics beginners class. So I think I'm going to focus a little more on some of the basic standing poses. And if you have a beginner sequence, great. If you have blocks, even better. You can always use a chair or a wall or a table for balance if you feel wobbly. If you have an advanced practice, feel free to pop in and power it up with an extra chaturanga or vinyasa, but pay attention to the cues for these basics poses, especially within a beginner practice. Sometimes we're rushing through or as an advanced practitioner and are powering up into these power yoga classes, and we forget the basics and how much work we can do here because it's a lot of work. So just pay attention to the cues, pay attention to how your body's supposed to go. If you have any physical restrictions, be very, very careful. I say this at the beginning of every class. Stay within the parameters of what your doctors have said if you're healthy enough to do this class, okay? So any questions? You can just ask me in the chat or pop on your audio after. For now, we're going to come to a seated position. Now, I would say use a towel. You can use 2 or 3 towels to raise your bottom up. I took 2 towels out this time. And that's always a nice way to prop up your seat and let your hips open up as you come to a cross-legged position. So if you need to take your ankles out a little bit further because it's just too tight, that's fine. Come to this seated position. Let's find our seat. Taking the backs of your hands to your knees, closing your eyes, and breathing. Everybody take a deep breath in together. Fill all the way up. Open the mouth. Let it go. Inhale, keep filling up. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. Now keep your mouth closed, but keep the full breaths coming in and out as we focus on our seat. So you want to feel solid on your sit bones, even weight on both sides, still breathing and lengthening through your inhales and exhales as the tailbone reaches for the floor. Breathing through the nose and exhaling. Firming up in that core area without clenching, so it's always engaged, but full breath coming in and out. Lower ribs tucked under slightly. And you're feeling the breath expand with every inhale through the rib cage. And exhaling deeply through your nose. Keep relaxing the shoulders down towards the ground, but feel a lift with the top of your head reaching for the ceiling. Everybody take a deep breath in through the nose together. Stick your tongue out, open your mouth wide, and let it go. And pull your tongue back in as you take a deep breath through the nose. Stick your tongue out, open your mouth wide. It's going to feel weird, but great. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, stick your tongue way out, and breathe out through the mouth. Go ahead and close your mouth. And then gently open your eyes. Take your left foot to the ground. Right, so if you're a little stiff, it's fine. It's the beginning practice. Be gentle with yourself. Knee is coming up. Foot solid on the floor. Right foot is extended. You're flexing that right foot. We're going to stay here for a second. We're going to take our hands to the inside of that left knee and then just stay wherever works for you. So nothing crazy with this forward bend. We're just engaging through the belly as we start to find that forward bend from the hips. Deep breath 1. Exhale, keep hugging that left knee towards the midline. Inhale, 2. Exhale, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Take both feet out in front of you. Shake it out. And then take that right foot towards your bottom. Feel solid on that foot as you flex through that left, right? So you're flexing deeply through that left foot, taking the right arm to the inside of that left knee. So your left knee is hugging towards your midline. And then you're just going to reach for whatever makes sense to you. So you're going to feel your belly firm up. Deep breath, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Bring it on back. Take both legs out in front of you. Shake it out again. This time take that left knee towards you, planting that foot solidly into the ground. So you got about a fist and a half's worth of space between that right thigh and that left foot. Keep flexing on that right foot, and then take that left hand behind you. And then nothing crazy with this twist yet, right? We're just taking that elbow over. Extend the arm if you want. Now keep that foot solid on the ground and very gentle twist here. Deep breath, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Take both feet out in front of you and just a forward bend here. Very easy. Deep breath, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it back up. Switching legs. So left foot comes down. Oh, sorry. Right foot comes down this time. And then somebody told me they have problems with the right to the left. I have problems with my right to the left. So go ahead and bend that right knee. Take your right fingertips behind you. And then you're going to take that left elbow or that forearm over that right thigh. We're shrugging our shoulders back and feeling tall with that spine as we breathe here. Deep breath, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Go ahead and come back to center. One more forward bend. We're just going to reach forward. Again, nothing crazy. We're just starting out the class. Keep flexing those feet. Inhale. Exhaling, 1. Inhale. Exhaling, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Go ahead and cross your legs. You're going to remove whatever props you put underneath you. And then we're coming, so I'm going to face you at some points, but you're coming to the front of your mat. So you should be there already. Your mat should be facing me. And you got your knees right underneath you, and your hands are underneath your shoulders. So your wrists are in line with your shoulders. And you're tucking your toes. You're going to feel your belly engage here as you roll your shoulders back and just come into this gentle back bend, coming into cow as you take a deep breath in. And then untuck those toes, coming into cat, kissing your belly button to your spine, taking your shoulders all the way down to the ground. Inhale, tuck those toes under, really using your full inhale for the full motion of this pose. Full exhale, slowly rolling it into cat. Inhale, tuck those toes under, full breath in. And then exhale, untuck those toes. Feel the full cat. And then when you're ready, come to a neutral spine, sit back in the child's pose. Right? So you can come here for whenever you need to in the practice. Just shrug it down, breathing. downward facing dog. You spread your fingers wide, plug your knuckles into the ground, so you're almost lifting the heels of your hands off the floor. You're pressing the mat away as the insides of your elbows roll towards the front of your mat. And then you're going to tuck your toes under here. Fire up that belly and keep this long spine. So keep your spine as long as you can as you start to raise your hips to the sky. And just straightening the knees without locking them out. So you can keep a bend in your knees if you need. That's totally fine. But everybody's going to have a micro bend wherever they're at in their practice. And then we're going to bend our knees here. Trying to lay our belly on our thighs. Keep pressing the mat away. So we're finding length with the spine. Finding more length as the shoulders come down towards the tailbone. Nothing changes with the upper torso. We're just starting to plant our heels towards the ground. They might not reach. That's fine. We're just aiming for the ground and feeling our belly fired up. From here, we're going to take a deep breath in and roll into plank position. Now, you might have to shift your hands because you want your wrists underneath your shoulders. Totally fine. Let's see how that changes our downward facing dog as we pull our hips back up to the sky. So you might feel more open now. Inhale, roll it out to plank position. Plug your shoulders into your shoulder sockets. So your shoulders are plugging in as your belly fires up and you're looking forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in as we roll it out to plank position. We're dropping our knees to the floor. Elbows stay tight to the body, so we're brushing our rib cage with our elbows as we come down into chest and chin on the floor. Inhale, untuck those toes, slithering through to a baby cobra, shoelace sides pressing into the floor. Full exhale, coming in to downward facing dog. Breathing here. You need to take a child's pose, totally fine. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Bend the knees. Squeeze all the breath out and then slowly start to walk to the front of your mat. So try to line up your heel and toes with each foot as we take a slow walk towards the front. I'm going to face you. You can stay at the front of your mat. You're going to come with your feet hip distance apart, and you're going to hang here. And then you're going to grab opposite elbows and just feel a little more weight. Feeling the top of your head reaching for the floor. And then undo your elbows, and then reverse your hold. Breathing deeply. Full inhales and exhales, so nothing stopped with your breath. And then drop your hands to the ground, bend into your knees, and then slowly stack each vertebrae on top of each other. Shrugging your shoulders back, opening it up, so you can stay here in this Tadasana, or you can come into the more advanced version of Tadasana by taking your big toes together with your heels slightly apart. In Tadasana, our arms our palms are facing forward. Everything's super active. So feel your kneecaps lifting. Feel your belly engaged. Roll your shoulders back as your spine keeps reaching for the sky. Top of the head reaching for the ceiling. So we're standing at the front of our mat. Inhale, take your arms up to the sky. Full exhale, coming down towards the floor or towards 2 blocks. Inhale, looking up to a flat back, taking your hands to your thighs. And then exhale, coming down to the floor. Inhale, reverse swan dive. We're coming up and feeling these full breaths, so nothing stops. Exhale, coming down to Tadasana. Full breath in as we take it up to the sky. Keep flying down towards the floor with that full exhale, taking your hands down to the floor 2 blocks. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. That means to the thighs for beginners. Exhale, coming back down to the floor. Advanced yogis, you can always power up if you want. Inhale, looking up to the sky, and then exhale, Tadasana. Moving on, we're going to take a deep breath in, flying up to the sky. Full exhale, we're coming down to the ground. Inhale, we're looking up to a flat back. Exhale. We're going to place our hands on the ground and then bend our knees deeply as we step one foot back behind us and then the other. Right? Knees, chest, and chin on your exhale. Elbows rubbing past your ribs. Inhale. Bhujangasana, baby cobra. So I should be able to lift my hands off the ground here. And then exhale. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Okay, so I think we're going to work on these standing, these lunging poses. So lunging and the warrior poses. So let's start with our right foot coming off the ground, high into the three-legged dog. And then we're going to start to slowly take that foot between the hands. Now it might not reach, and that's fine. We're going to take the hand to the back of that calf and pull it up to the front of that mat. From here, let's drop that back knee and see what's going on. Untuck those toes, and then we're going to come up. We're going to take our arms beside us first. So if we have a balance issue here, this is a great place for blocks again, right, to keep you steady. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. You can take your fingertips to the floor. So what's going on? Shoelace side of that back foot is plugged into the floor. So I'm trying to keep that back leg active. It might seem like the more passive part of the body, but everything is working in a yoga pose, right? Knees over the second and third toes of that front foot. I'm coming to my fingertips here, and I'm rolling my shoulders back so I can feel a lot of work being done. Torso, our belly's working and engaged. And we're going to start to lift up through the spine, shrugging our shoulders back, and then find that lift with the upper spine, just a small little back bend here. So we'll hang out here for a second. Deep breath one. Exhale. Keep that back leg active. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Hands come to the floor. Advanced yogis, you can take an extra flow. Everybody else, we're coming back into downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. I'm going to just change sides so you can see me. Inhale. Take that left foot. We're going to work that left foot now. And then start to hug that knee towards your chest, rolling it out, and then placing that foot between the hands. Right? I always do this. I left my blocks back there. But if you're at the front of your mat, you should have your blocks there handy. So then you're going to untuck your toes. You're going to either come to blocks or take your fingertips to the ground. So with those toes untucked in the back, shoelace side of the foot help keep you balanced. As you press into it, and then we're going to shrug our shoulders back. The four corners of the front foot are plugged into the floor. You're pressing the mat away with that foot as you keep that knee at a 90-degree angle. Shrugging the shoulders back, zip up through the belly, find length in the spine as you start to take a mini little back bend in that upper back. Everything's working. Think about your thighs hugging towards the midline. Deep breath one. Exhale. Inhale, two. This is a lot of work, guys. Exhale. Inhale, three. Exhale. Inhale, four. Exhale. Inhale, five. Exhale. Hands come to the floor. Advanced yogis, you can take a flow. Everybody else can come into downward facing dog and take a few breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Bend your knees. Make sure all that breath is squeezed out and walk to the front of your mats. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling with the legs. Inhale, we're going to circle our arms to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, let's do a couple more rounds and work on those lunges. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, use the full breath as you come down to the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees deeply as you step back, coming into this plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, drop those knees to the floor. Chest and chin follow so that your butt's up like an inchworm. Inhale, Bhujangasana, legs working like crazy here as you roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay? Inhale, taking that right foot up to the sky. Full exhale, we're going to take that foot, plant it between the hands. Drop that back knee. Untuck those toes. Checking in, making sure that back leg is working just as much as the front. Now, we're going to start to take our shoulders back, checking in with the belly here, making sure everything is engaged. And if we want to move on, we're going to take our arms up to the sky. Right? As we take our arms up to the sky, our head is reaching towards the ceiling, but our shoulders are reaching towards the floor. Our hands are super active, so they're not, our fingers aren't holding down like this. We're making energy flow through every part of our body. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Working here. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Take your hands towards the floor. Step back into downward facing dog, or you can take a flow if you'd like. So you can power up anywhere. These are just guidelines. Right? Breathing here as I change sides. Take that left foot up to the sky. Exhale. Hug it towards your chest, and then plant that foot between the hands, or pull it up with your hand if you need. Drop that back knee. Untuck those toes. Feel solid on that back foot. Then you're going to take your arms beside you as you come up with your torso. Feeling this back bend. So just remembering, any of these poses were never done. As I take my arms up to the sky, it might look like I'm just sitting here, but everything's still working and I'm incrementally moving no matter how long I'm holding this pose. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Hands come down to the floor. Step back. Advanced yogis, you can take the flow, or we're all meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Breath comes all the way out as we walk to the front of our mats. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling to the legs. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky, motorcycle in the way. Exhale, Tadasana. So one more round, and we're going to try a high lunge this time, right? So the high lunge requires a little more balance, but remember, everything's working together. So nothing's really passive, nothing's just laying there, right? Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky, full breath. Exhale, come on down to the ground. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling, stepping back to a plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin coming to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, slithering that chest forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, taking that right foot up behind you. Exhale, we're going to pull that foot and place it between the hands. Now, you can keep that knee dropped. And if this is where your practice is today, totally fine. If you want to try and power it up, you might need a wall or a chair. It helps, right, for the balance. Or if you have 2 blocks, that's even better. So you're going to tuck those back toes under. You're going to power up that back leg by pressing that heel towards the back of the mat. So where's my balance coming in? The front foot is really planted evenly to the ground, and it's trying to press forward in the mat, right? So it's causing tension throughout your leg here. Your left hip is getting even with that right. So we want to make sure we're even as possible to keep that balance. Our back heel is still reaching for the back of the mat. That helps with our balance. So sometimes we get a little more wobbly if we're high, and that's a tendency. But we want to pull that heel back so our legs are spreading out from each other,
that back quad's working like crazy, but our thighs are hugging for the midline. The right thigh is rotating outward, right? That left thigh is rotating in. So we're going to stay here. If you want to come down and think about that leg working, those legs working like that, fine. If you've got it in you and you have the balance, let's take 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Everything's still working. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhaling 3, finding lift through the belly and the upper back. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Hands come to the floor. Going to step back into downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to switch sides. And then on your next inhale, everybody's going to take that left foot up. Full exhale. We're going to pull that knee towards the nose. Place that foot between the hands. Now, you can keep that back knee on the floor and keep working here if that's where your practice is. If you want to move on and try and power up that back leg, remember, we're going to tuck those toes under, and then we're going to use that heel and that full leg to pull that thigh off the floor. Knee is still over the second and third toes of that front foot. Heel is reaching for the back, so we can stay here or on our blocks. Keep your belly fired up. You're going to shrug your shoulders back. So we're zipping up through the belly and then dropping our shoulders as we take our arms up to the sky. Thighs are hugging towards the midline. Front thigh is moving out in an outward direction. Back is moving towards it, okay? Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. This is a giant amount of work. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Keep reaching. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Taking your hands to the ground. You can take your vinyasa or we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Bend your knees deeply. Squeeze all the breath out and step to the front of your mats. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale. Tadasana. So, that was the first part of the lunges. But we're going to move on to the second part. So we're going to work on warriors, right? So you're going to probably feel fired up already in your legs. We're going to move on and break down warrior 1 and warrior 2 and maybe Parsvakonasana. For now, we're going to be at the front of our mats. I'm going to face you so you can see me. I'm going to bend into those knees, coming into Utthita. So check in with your Utthita. What do I look like? Is my bottom sticking out? Maybe I need to curve that tailbone in, right? Maybe I can bend a little deeper. Is my torso reaching for the floor? Maybe I can start to hinge at the hips and pull it up. Dropping your shoulders, right? Now lift your toes. See how that feels. If you need to keep your feet hip distance apart, that's fine. Keep bending deeply here. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth. Taking that lion breath here. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out. Deep breath in. Open your mouth. One more time like that. Inhale. And then open your mouth, stick your tongue out. All right, we're back into our breath here. Inhale. Exhale, dive towards the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, bend deeply in the knees, and then step your feet back. Plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take that right foot up to the sky. Full exhale, start to bring that knee to the nose. Plant that foot between the hands. Now listen carefully, we're going to circle that back foot down. So check in, make sure our heels are in line with each other. Back foot isn't at a 45-degree angle. Knee is still over the second and third toes, right? 90-degree angle with that front knee, but we're anchored in the back. Starting to come in, let's take our hands by our sides first, right? So feel weight on that back foot. Just straighten in that front knee to really feel the weight. distribution. Think about a $100 bill on that back edge of that back foot. And you're trying to keep it there. So you're trying to hold that $100 bill as that inside of that back foot lifts because you're holding that $100 bill so much. But your thigh here is rotating inwards because you're trying to focus your hips to the front of your mat. Now that front thigh is moving out. So find this stance as you zip through the belly and then start lengthening through the spine, rolling your shoulders back. Let's take our arms up to the sky and keep dropping your shoulders. Arms super active. Nothing changes. All I'm doing is bending into that front knee. So you're going to have this sensation of trying to rip the mat apart with both your feet. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. So let's straighten again. But we're going to rotate to the side. So imagine that your back's against the wall, and it's actually great to do this pose against the wall. Imagine your back's against the wall. Feet are exactly the same. But this time I'm going to open my arms, and both thighs are trying to rotate out. Right? So I'm reaching towards opposite sides of the mat. And then think about your shoulders relaxing. As your shoulders are relaxing, now this is a visual here. Think about your shoulder blades reaching for each other as your arms reach for the opposite ends of the mat. As you're doing this, think about your belly zipping up and your chest expanding. And all you're doing is you're going to move that knee over the second and third toes of that front foot. Right? 90-degree angle, so you're keeping that $100 bill still anchored back here. Inhale. Exhaling 1, gaze is over that middle finger. Inhale. Exhaling 2, so you're still working here. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, keep bending. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, let's reverse the warrior here for just a second. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Step back and chew. Downward facing dog, or you can take it flow. Everybody's meeting in downward facing dog. I'm going to switch sides so you can see my other side. When we're being in downward facing dog, take that left foot up to the sky. And then we're going to take the knee to the nose, right? Easier side, you know where we're going now. From here, we're going to take that back foot to the floor. Heels are in line with each other. Check it out, right? Is my back foot at a 45-degree angle? Do I have that $100 bill stuck at that back edge of that back foot that I'm trying to hold down? Is my front foot planted firmly into the ground? And is that knee over the second and third toes at a 90-degree angle? All right. So from here, we're going to engage the belly. Keep expanding through the chest, pulling your shoulders back. And then we're going to take our arms up to the sky. Right? Let's check it out again as we straighten to get more of this stance. So we're straightening here, and we're checking it out. Still even weight on both feet. So four corners of both feet planted in the ground. And even like a little bit more with that big toe pad on that front foot. As I'm doing this, I'm facing forward like headlights with my hips. And then I'm keeping my legs super active, core engaged, lifting through the spine. And then mini back bend, taking my arms up to the sky as my shoulders drop. Nothing changes. All I'm doing is bending to that front knee at a 90-degree angle. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Lifting through the belly. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Go ahead and straighten again. With control, we're going to open it up like our back is against the wall. So from here, again, let's check in and make sure our thighs are rotating outwards, zipping up through the belly. Arms are bursting towards each end of the mat, relaxing through the shoulders as I keep my arms active, trying to reach my shoulder blades to each other. So you're going to kind of do this little opening in your chest, gazes over that middle finger. Everything is working. Nothing changes. You're just bending to that front knee. Right? Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Make sure that front knee is hovering over the second and third toes. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhaling 5. Keep your knee exactly where it is. We're just taking a deep breath in, tilting it back for just a second. And then exhaling, taking our hands down to the ground, stepping back, doing a flow if you'd like, or all meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here wherever you're at. You can always drop into child's pose, totally fine. And then bend your knees deeply. Slowly walk to the front of your mat. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Bend your knees, circle your arms up to the sky. Utthita. Exhale, Tadasana. So I'm going to switch it up so you can see my right side. Right, moving on. Bending deeply into the knees. Circling your arms up to the sky. Utthita. Full exhale, we're diving toward the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, stepping back to a plank position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come to the floor. Remember, advanced yogis, you can always power this up. Inhale, baby cobra. Full exhale. Downward facing dog, right? When you get more comfortable with yoga, this is actually your resting position, which is weird because I remember when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh. But it is, it's a resting position, even though your whole body's working. Inhale, taking your right foot up to the sky. Full exhale. Plunge that foot between the hands. So we're not using the force of our leg, we're using our core to bring that foot between the hands. Circling that back foot down, doing a quick check in here. Are my knees, or are my heels in line with each other? Is my knee at a 90-degree angle? Am I powered up on both legs? And then, let's see if we can come on up. Straighten for just a breath. Center yourself. We know where we're going. Opening it up. Warrior 1. Deep breath in. Go ahead and straighten. Opening. Preparing for Warrior 2. Bending deeply in to that front knee. Right? So hovering and feeling super open but two-dimensional at the same time. From here, let's move on. We're going to come into Parsvakonasana. So we're going to reach forward. We're not going to use the block yet. For this time, we're going to take that front forearm to that front thigh. We're going to take that back arm up. So what's going on here? Still like the Warrior 2 feet and legs. So thighs rotating out, right? Knee over the second and third toes. Anchoring that $100 bill down. But we're bursting through that top arm while we're taking that shoulder down. And then instead of crouching towards our shoulder, we're pressing the shoulder away from our ear as we rotate from our belly to shine our chest up to the sky. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it up. Warrior 2. That thigh is probably screaming for a little bit of a release. So let's open up that front knee. Parallel that right foot to the left. And then fire up the legs, meaning we're trying to rip the mat apart. Quads super engaged, belly engaged, roll the shoulders back. Let's give our legs just a little bit of a break here, right? Come into the hamstrings, taking our hands to our hips, elbows are parallel. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it up to a flat back. Exhale everything out. Inhale, come on up to stand. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. We're stepping back and coming into downward facing dog, however your practice is going for today. Right? So taking a few breaths while I switch so you can see my left side. Taking that left foot up behind you. Full breath as you take that knee to your chest. So remember, we're not swinging that leg forward. We're using control. Planting that foot between the hands. Checking it out. Right? Getting our stance. Inhale. Circling the arms up to the sky. Doing another check here as we exhale. front knee. Deep breath in. And then exhale, warrior two. Another check here, right? Making sure our stance is all fired up. Bending back in that front knee. Reaching forward. Taking that front forearm to that front thigh. Bringing that back arm up. Right? So our palm is facing the front. Right? And then bending in that knee deeply, trying to still wrap the mat apart. Deep breath one. Exhale, rotate from the belly. Inhaling two. Exhale. Inhale three. Exhale. Inhale four. Exhale. Inhale five. Exhale. So go ahead and come on up. Straighten that front leg. Let's give our legs a little bit of a break. Parallel the feet. Taking our hands to our hips. Rolling our shoulders back. Firing up those legs. Bending and giving ourselves a nice hamstring stretch here. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhale two. Inhale. Exhale three. Inhale. Exhale four. Inhale. Exhale five. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale here. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, reversing the warrior. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Stepping back into your flow or meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Deep breath one. Exhale. Inhale two. Exhale. Three. Exhale. Bend your knees deep. Squeeze all the breath out. And then step to the front of your mats. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling the legs. Bend your knees. Circle your arms up to the sky. Utthita. Exhale. Tadasana. So we're just going to go through one more round of that, but we're just going to take, move a little bit faster, and then we're going to focus on a little bit more of Parsvakonasana, okay? Bend your knees, circle your arms up to the sky, Utthita. Full exhale. Let's put this all together as we dive down to the ground. Inhale, circling your shoulders back, flat back. Exhale, step back to a plank position. Inhale here, we're pros now. Drop your knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhaling, baby cobra. Firing up the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's see what happens here. Take that right foot up to the sky. Knee comes to the chest on the exhale, placing that foot between the hands. Circling that back foot down. Quick check here, firing up both legs. Core engaged. Inhaling. Exhale. Deep breath in, straighten. Finding more length and strength. Bending in that front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Inhale, length, and again, repositioning yourself. Bursting open. Exhale. Warrior two. Inhale. We're going to reach forward. And then take that front forearm to that front thigh. Or if you do have a block at home, you can use a block or some type of equipment like this, or sometimes people will use books or in a box. And then we're going to take it and we're going to start to really focus on, instead of our belly reaching to the ground, so we can look forward to the ground, we're going to start to spin from the belly, shining our chest up to the sky. So if you're looking and you feel your belly button's reaching for the ground, you need to back off, right? Maybe you can come up here, or maybe even up here, right? So wherever you're at, you're really spinning and focusing as you balance into this lunge of a warrior two stance as you open it up and try to twist out in an open twist. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhaling two. Inhale. Exhale three. Inhale. Exhale four. Inhale. Exhale five. We're coming straight down to the ground. You can do a flow here, or else meet in downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths in downward facing dog. You're staying where you're at. I'm just switching sides so you can see me. Inhale, everybody together, take that left foot up to the sky. Full exhale, taking that knee to your nose, planting the foot between the hands. Circling that back foot down. We're making our checks a little quicker now. Inhaling, circling your arms up to the sky. And then exhale. Inhale, Really firing up your stance. Nothing changes as you exhale into that front knee. Inhale, burst it open. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten. Recheck your stance. Recheck your torso. Bursting from the arms. Exhale, bending into that front knee. Staying here. Reaching forward. And then taking that front forearm to that front thigh. If you've got it to a block or a box, take your hand down. Now, what's happening? We're taking that forearm over, and it's one long line of energy from the fingertips down to the heel, right? So we're still reaching forward as our shoulders reaching for our back foot, but our back foot's still trying to keep that $100 bill in place. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Keep opening it up. Inhaling. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Both hands come to the ground, either side of that front foot, and then come back. We're all meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Bend your knees, squeeze it all out, and step to the front of your mats. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Bend your knees, circle your arms up to the sky. Utthita. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, I think we're all warmed up. All right, let's work on a little bit of balance. Let's do a tree pose here, right? So this is not as intimidating as some, but it's a lot of work still, right? So we're going to find an equal stance. If you need to have your feet about hip distance apart, that's fine. So I'm going to step back just in case I get cut off. So solid stance on that left foot. Now, if you need a wall, it's a great place for a wall or a chair, right? I'll use my motorcycle even. That has somebody's sweater on it. So if I'm standing here like this, I want to keep my hips super even. So I'm not using the wall or anything like that to slouch over. I'm using that as just a tool, so I'm not wobbly. And then from here, I can take that foot to my left ankle. So my right foot is coming to my left ankle, and this is a great balance. Your knee is opening up to the right side. If you want to try a little bit more with the balance, you can move it to your inner calf. Don't put it on your knee. That's not the place for your foot, right? That's never the place for your foot. So it's going to be either above the knee or below the knee. Right now I have it above the knee or below the knee. I get my right to left, so I can't get my ups and downs. So you can play with your balance here. If you need that chair or wall, that's fine. If you want to try more advanced, start to take it up. Remember, nothing's passive here. So that foot is pressing into the thigh. The thigh is pressing into the foot. That standing leg, of course, is working like crazy, but I'm working with this other leg to keep my hips even. And again, because it's pressing, it's definitely a lot of work. Zipping up through the belly, finding a focal point on that front wall, rolling the shoulders back, and just gazing here. There's always someplace else to go after this, so this is not the end of the pose, right? Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. With control, wherever your foot is at, just take that knee toward the front and place that foot on the ground. Shake it out. From here, we're going to take the peace fingers, our feet are hip distance apart, the peace fingers of both hands. So those are the first 2 fingers of both hands. And we're going to take a forward bend. We're going to wrap those fingers around the big toes of each foot. So we're going to reach down, wrap the big toes. It might be hard for you guys to see. So I'm just making like a ring around each big toe with those 2 peace fingers. And I'll look up. You might need to bend your legs, that's fine. Roll your shoulders back. And then what you're going to do is open up your elbows and bend deeply, trying to get the top of your head to the ground. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. What happens if you've engaged your belly? Do you get a little bit deeper? Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Go ahead and release. Shake out your legs again. And then we're coming to the other side for the tree. So I got my handy fireplace. I don't know if anybody can see me here, so I'm not going to go too far. I have my fireplace here if I wanted to use that. I'm going to center myself for this side. I'm going to put weight on that right foot and then start to lift my left foot off the ground. If I'm using the wall, my fireplace or chair, that's fine. You're still checking in everywhere. You're still making sure that leg is engaged. You're making sure that left foot is pressing against that right ankle, right? So you're right here, you can feel it through your bottom, your full leg on that left side. If you want to move on, you're still pressing into the calf here. So you should still feel it. If you want to move on, taking that left foot to the inner thigh, right? Again, like I said, there's always somewhere else to go in yoga, so this is why it's called a practice. So keep pressing and engaging wherever you're at. Find a focal point and focus on that. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. So again, with control, we're going to take that knee towards the front and then slowly place it on the ground. Shake it out. This time, we're going to step on the palms of our hands. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my fingertips underneath my feet so that my fingers are facing my heels. And I'm stepping on my palms so that my toes are reaching to my wrists. Right? So feet are hip distance apart. You can bend your knees to get down here to start. Right? And if you need to keep your knees bent, keep your knees bent. So you're pressing weight into those toes so that you're pacing down towards your wrist. And now try and roll your shoulders back. If you can straighten your legs, but keep weight on the fronts of those feet. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Go ahead and release. And then bend your knees slightly and roll up to stand. Shake your legs out. And from here, we're just going to come into Malasana, coming all the way to sit. And start wrapping it up, right? But let's just do a little bit of core. I like to always do a little bit of core. A good amount of back bending with those standing poses. But let's just work on our core just a little bit more, right? So from here, actually, let's do a Pilates set. This is going to be harder. But do what you can. Try not to hop up as you do this, right? So we're taking our arms up, and then we're taking our head and shoulders up. Maybe this is where you stay, and you can stay here. If you have the strength, you can start to lift with your belly, and then reach for past your toes, and then full exhale. Use your core still as you start to take each vertebrae down on the ground. So know where you're at with your practice. Don't try and struggle up into this because you want to pop up, right? So inhale, and if you stay here for that full breath, that's fine. If you want to use your full inhale to come up and pass, and then slow exhale. And if you're in the modified version, slow exhale all the way down. Inhale, keep those feet flex. It'll help make you pop up, coming past. Exhale. Yoga pants are curling up underneath me. Inhale. Staying here or popping up. Whoa. Exhale. One more time like that. Inhale. And then exhale. With control. Just a little bit. You can just take a couple of, I'm going to face the front here. I'm going to take a couple of cobras to release the back. Just a little bit more. Right? So take your cheek to one side. And then take your forehead to the ground. Take your hands beside you. So your fingers or your thumbs are in line with your nipples. Elbows really in line with each other, parallel. So they're not flopping out. They're not super hugged in. They're just about to brush your rib cage here. Truly says the feet firing up, so I should be able to slip a piece of paper under your knees. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, start to look up. And then exhale here. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale, release the legs, release everything, your arms. Shake it out. One more time like that. Take your forehead to the ground. Take your hands. Remember, we're trying to align everything properly before we start to take our head and shoulders off the ground. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Take your cheek to the other side. Arms. And then let everything go. Take your forehead to the ground. And then come back into this child's pose. Release the back even more, threading that left arm. Threading that left arm underneath the right. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Coming back to a child's pose for just a second. Threading the other arm under. Releasing the back even more. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and come back. And then when you're ready, come to sit up. And we're just winding it down even further. We're going to come into those stretches that we were doing at the beginning of class, right? Just to feel the difference. So if you do need a prop, you don't need to prop up like you were at the beginning of class. Get yourself set up. So we're coming into these forward bends again and seeing how different we feel with this idea of that leg work we did, right? So what we're doing at the beginning of class is we were taking that left foot and we're coming in and taking about a fist and a half worth of distance, right? So I'm going into a variation of Anjaneyasana. I'm flexing that front foot and I'm solid on that left foot, right? So I know it's been almost 60 minutes, but let's see how much deeper and how much attention we're paying to what our legs are doing here as we roll our shoulders back and engage our belly. So how much further can we get down here? Inhale. Exhaling 1. Keep hugging that left knee to your shoulder. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhaling 3. Inhale. You're still working. Inhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Go ahead and slowly come up. Take your legs out. Shake it out. And then let's try the other side. See the difference there. Right. Solid on the sit bones here. In the full expression of this pose, you are lifting that right butt cheek up, but let's see if we can keep our sit bones down for now like we did at the beginning. Flex that front foot. Keep hugging that right knee towards that right shoulder. And breathe here. So your belly is engaged. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2, squaring the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and take that foot down. Release. Let's just take a Virabhadrasana here just to release a little bit more. Right? Heels coming towards our bottom. Opening up our knees. Opening up the feet like a book. And then just hinging at the hips with a flat back. We don't have to go crazy here. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. Go ahead and come on up. Extend the legs again. Shake it out. Take that left foot towards you again. And about a fist and a half worth of space. This time we're coming to the twist. So coming a little bit deeper than we were at the beginning of class. You can open up your arms, right? Keep your shoulders open instead of shrugging them forward, right? We're going to keep it open as we twist towards the left side. If you want a little more leverage, you can take that and bend that arm. Front foot is flexed. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and circle around. Counter twist this time. Feet, both feet out in front. Let's just take a stretch wherever you're at. If you have an extra towel, you can put it over your feet. Or else if you have a strap. Right. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Go ahead and take that right foot now. So last couple of stretches. Right hand comes behind you. And take that left forearm over that thigh, but open up the shoulders. Plus a little more leverage to go ahead and take that elbow. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Counter twist to the other side. And then feet out in front of you again. Zip up through the belly. So when you go into these forward bends, see what happens when you engage your belly. You end up getting a little bit deeper when you start to put that thought into it, right? Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Keep those feet flexed. Inhaling 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Inhale 5. Exhale. Go ahead and release. And then when you're ready, let's start to take it down into our reward, our corpse pose. So taking it all the way down to the ground, letting everything go into Shavasana. So even if you ever have to leave a class early, it's always good to just lay here and do this final pose, right? So we're going to stay with our eyes closed for a few moments. And don't worry, I will guide you out. So I'm not going to just leave you here and we'll finish off the class. But for right now, let's just relax, let everything go, let the breath go. Take more breath in, breathing deeper. Feel your fingertips and your toes. Start to rotate your ankles and wrists in one direction. Then rotate them in the other. Take a deep breath in and then stretch your body in opposite directions. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. Just giving yourself a big body. Inhale. So yogi's choice, you can either drop to the right for restorative relaxation, or to the left for just a little more vigorous energy throughout the day. Try to keep your eyes closed as you work your way up to a seated position. Taking the backs of your hands to your knees. Taking your hands together at your chest.
comes to your forehead, to your lips, back down to your chest. Bow forward to seal the practice. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. So that was a basics 60-minute class. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. You can turn the audio back on.